Hello everyone. Today our topic is test pattern generation basically. During the generation for the test pattern, what basically we need as the input and the output. So basically to create or to generate the test pattern for the test vector, or initially that we need a circuit netlist and second a fault list, that is F. Okay, and in terms of the output we need a set of test vector, that is F, and the list of undetected fault. Okay, so with the help of this diagram we can identify that which kind of the test vector basically we can generate and what is the length of that particular test vector. Okay, so in this that we are using the three gates in which we are having a two AND gate and one OR gate. Okay, so we put the output of the gate number one, that is dotted light indicate that this fault is at stuck at zero, means SA zero. Okay, so initially that we are using the three input, basically one is at a two times. Okay, so that's why we are treating that these are the two in, three inputs only, but basically we are using the four inputs, so A, B and C. So for the first gate, that is a AND gate one, we are providing the A and B input, and for the second NAND gate we are providing the A and C input. Okay, and the output we are giving to the input for the OR gate, and finally we are getting the output. Okay, so basically that we have a three input combination, so definitely we will have eight total combination in which we have put with the help of the 8421 code. So basically we created the ABC as an input, F is which is a fault free output, and F alpha indicate the faulty output. Okay, so we'll check out whether the F and F alpha in which particular location they both are different. Okay, so initially we can check it out up to six, initial input we are getting the same output as we are getting the fault free output with respect to the faulty output. Okay, so 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 and 1 1. But after that we are fault free output is 1, but the faulty output we are getting 0. So we can say that at particular location we are having a faulty output. So let me check it out how we can identify it. Okay, so initially if we want to read it out, how we can check it out? So stuck at zero means whatever the output we are getting after passing the A and B input, the different combination, so it has to provide every time a zero output, whether this is one, but it will treat a zero because this is stuck at zero. Okay, so initially A and B AND gate property is that if any input combination having a value 0, that is low, definitely will get output of 0 every time. So A and B is first trial we are checking. A and B are 0, definitely will get a 0 and stuck at 0, so that's why there is no changes. Okay, then A and C is also 0, so you'll get a 0 output, and the faulty output is also 0, no props at all. Okay, for the second, in which we are using A and B is 0, so we get a 0, and A and C, A is 0 and C is 1, it doesn't make any difference, definitely we'll get a 0 output, and we are getting the faulty output is also 0. For the third combination, that is A is 0 and B is 1, A is 0 and B is 1, definitely A dot 0 is equal to 0, so A dot 0 is equal to 0, so 1 dot 0 is also 0, and stuck at 0, so we'll get a 0 output, don't worry. Okay, and B, A and C is also 0, so we'll get a 0, and faulty output is 0, no problems at all. A and B is 0 1, so we'll get a 0, and A and C is 0 1, so we'll get a 0, no props at all. A is 1 and B is 0, we'll get 0, and A is 1, B, C is 0, we'll get 0. A is 1, B is 0, we'll get 0. A is 1 and B is and C is 1, so we'll get a 1 output. So OR combination will provide you the 1. Okay, so faulty output is also 1 because stuck at 0, so every time this is 0. And the last combination, that is seventh combination, when A is 1 and B is 1, A is 1, B is 1, we'll get a 1, but stuck at 0, so that's why we'll get a 0 output. Okay, so come to the next point, A and C. A is 1 and B is and C is 0, we'll get a 0. So 0 into 0, so 0, A and C. 1 into 0 will get a 0. Okay. Okay, when we'll check the seventh input combination, in which we have a is 1 and B is 1. So 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So 1, when we are checking a fault free output, 1. So 1 goes to the input for the 3, and when A is 1 and C is 0, so we'll get a 0. So above input is 1 and the below input for the 3 OR gate is 0. So 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. So that is a fault free. But when we put that stuck at 0, then 0 plus 0 is equal to 0. So this particular line will get a faulty output. And the last combination we can check it out, and then after come back to the 17 input combination. Okay, when A and B is 1, so we'll get a 1. When A and C is 1, so we'll get a 1, and 1 plus 1 is also 1, and 0 plus 1 is also 1, no props at all. So basically at the 7th position we'll get a faulty output, in which the fault free output is different from the faulty output, because faulty output we are getting because of the stuck at 0, we are getting 1, and fault free output is 1. So 1 is different from 0, or 0 is different from 1, so we can treat then this is a faulty. At this particular line, at this particular combination, we will get a different output. So we can say that the 110 is a test pattern generated with the help of the input combination. So this is basically the combination of the stuck at 0. Okay, so now we have a next topic, that is a controllability and observability. Okay, so controllability, basically what is mean by the controllability is, it is defined as the difficulty of setting a particular logic signal to 0 or 1. Okay, so we are not supposed to control, because when we put the value of stuck at 0, stuck at 1, so we are not supposed to put at that particular location whether we have to read it out as a 0 or 1. So if there is no control of that particular input or the output, so we can say that there is a difficulty to understand about the logic signal to the 0 or 1. Okay, so PIs means primary inputs are free. Usually we have to assign a value that is 1, because if we have put the value for the stuck at 0, so we have to treat a value of 1. If we have put the stuck at 1, so we have to treat as the initial value for the primary input as a 0. Okay, so output that is 1, value for the AND are more expensive than the OR gate. Okay, and what we can say more further, observability, it is defined as the difficulty of observing the state of the logic signal. Means we are not supposed to observe the logic signal whether this is 0 or 1. So we are not controlling that particular location, and we are observing if this is 1 but we are observing 0, this is 0, we are observing 1, means the difficulty to observing the state of the logic signal, means can say that this is observability. Okay, so what is the purpose of this controllability and observability? So basically that point number 1 is analysis of difficulty of testing the internal circuit nodes. Okay, so basic aim of controllability and observability during the test pattern generation and the uh, uh, testing of the circuit. So this is the analysis of the difficulty of testing the internal circuit nodes. Okay, second, it can be used to guide the ATPG, means automatic test pattern generator algorithm, that is to help them make a decision by providing the information about the difficulty of setting the lines. Okay, third is it can be used to estimate the fault coverage. So what basically the fault coverage in that particular points, and fourth is it can be used to estimate the test vector length basically. Okay, as with the example I can understand, I can make you understand that the test pattern basically the 110, so test length we can guide with the help of this. Okay, so this is all about the controllability and observability, but there is some deterministic process for testing the generation for the combination circuit, and it is quite different. That if we are testing the sequential circuit because of the memory circuit element, it is really very tough to understand or to make you people understand about the testing of the sequential circuit. Because of the memory element, it will make you really hard to understand the test and the controllability and observability of the sequential circuit. So there are deterministic procedure for test generation for the combinational circuit, such as the D algorithm, which uses recursive search procedure advancing one gate at a time and the back tracing. Okay, but if necessary, until all the faults are detected, the D algorithm requires a large amount of computer time. So, but if we are using the D algorithm to detect the fault in the combination circuit, so we can use with the help of the backtracing at the recursive search procedure. Okay, but D algorithm requires a large amount of a computer time, so it will take a lot of time. Even we can say that it's a lengthy process. So to overcome such shortcomings, like it is taking so much time, so many improved algorithms such as a path-oriented decision making, that is a PODEM, and fan-out oriented test generation, that is a FAN, have been introduced. Okay, so this is all about the combination circuit, but when we are talking about the sequential circuit test generation, is several order of magnitude more difficult than these algorithms which we are using in the combination circuit. To ease the task of automatic test pattern generated designed for test, DFT technique are routinely employed for this. Okay, so with the help of this example we can understand what exactly the meaning of the controllability and observability in this, because in this we are having an important term, that is a fan out, and the reconvergent fan out testing also we are using in this. Okay, so let's now consider the simple circuit that is given in the figure 15.4, consisting of 4 simple logic gates, you know. So to detect any defect on the line number 8, which I marked here, the output of the 7th number line and the input of the above AND gate. Okay, so basically that we have to detect the fault at the particular line, that is line number 8, because the line number 7 is further divided into the 8 and 9. So whatever the output we are getting at a 7 number line, so we have to identify the fault at the line number 8. Okay, how we can detect, let me check it out. Okay, so to detect any defect on the line number 8, the primary inputs, that is A and B, must be set to logic 1. Okay, because A is going to the input for the above AND gate, and B is further divided into the 5 and 6th line, and the 6th line is an input for the OR gate, and the output of the OR gate, that is 7 number line, is further divided into the 8 and 9. So we have to consider basically the 2 primary inputs, that is A and B, and we are compelled that we have to set these lines at a logic 1. Okay, however, such a testing, when we will put A and B forcefully at logic 1, so definitely they will force the line number 7 to logic 1. Okay, thus n is stuck at 1, and is stuck at 1 as I provide the stuck at 1 as a1. Okay, a fault, the logic value on line number 7 can be fully controllable. How we can control? Because we are changing the input, that is A and B, so dependency of the output of the 7 number line is completely controllable with the help of the A and B. Okay, you got the point. So thus n is stuck at 1, fault on line number 7 cannot be tested because we put line number 7 to logic 1. Thus any stuck at line fault on line number 7 cannot be tested at the primary output. Although the absence of such a fault, the logic value of the line number 7 can be fully controllable through the primary input, that is B, C and D. Okay, therefore this circuit is not fully testable. You got the point? This circuit is not fully testable. How this is not fully testable? Because as I told you that if n is stuck at 1, a fault on line number 7 cannot be tested at the primary output, although in absence of such fault, the logic value on line number 7 can be fully controllable through primary input, that is B, C and D. Therefore this circuit is not fully testable. The main cause of this difficulty in the circuit is that input B fan out means the output of the input B fan out to the line number 5 and 6, because the output of the line number 2 is further divided into the 5 and 6, and then after the OR 3 gate means the last OR gate, and after the OR 3 gate both the line signals are combined in the AND 3 gate, means the above gate. Okay, such a fan out is called the reconvergent fan out. Okay, सो ये वाला जो कॉम्बिनेशन है इसी को हम क्या कहते हैं, इट्स अ कन्वर्जेंट फैन आउट, बिकॉज स्टार्टिंग का जो फैन आउट है मीन्स द बी वाला जो पॉइंट है हमारा वो, और बी 5 and 6 में डिवाइड हुआ, एंड देन आफ्टर इट गोज टू द 7 and 7 is also further divided into the 8 and 9. So this is a reconvergent. Okay, such fan out is called the reconvergent fan out. Reconvergent fan out makes the testing of the circuit much more difficult. Okay, so we can say if a large number of input factors are required to set a particular node value to the 1 or 0, that is a fault excitation, and to propagate an error at the node to an output, that is a fault effect propagation, then the testability is really low. Okay, so the circuit with the poor controllability includes those with the feedbacks, decoder and the clock generators simply. Okay, the circuit with the poor observability includes sequential circuit with the long feedback loops and circuit with convergent fan out, redundant nodes, and embedded memories such as the ROM, RAM and PLAs. So this is all basically the controllability and observability and how we can generate the test pattern. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.